Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Kez here. I know I'm very up close right now, but I'm just trying out a different filming area in my room. So this is going to be Pretty Little Liars Season 6, Episode 7, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? My recap and thoughts. So the episode starts out with the girls pretty much on their way to meet up with Leslie. Apparently Leslie then feels, oh, she's gotten so far with her recovery or, with her becoming normal that she can no longer meet up with them. And like Mona says all this and Mona just keeps defending Leslie like she could believe her. I don't know. I really don't care about that. The meat of this episode, here it looks a little weird. The meat of this episode is when, first of all, well, pause. Toby's finally back, and then he's pretty much the reason why, well, indirectly Spencer is, but indirectly that girl, what's her name, Serena or something, is for giving Spencer those drugs. It's like, finally when there's a breakthrough, this wasn't even A's fault. This was just PLL writers making things not work out again. And it's like, come on, we could have gotten somewhere. We could have at least let Jason actually speak to Charles because Charles trusted Jason. But no, make it, prolong it even longer. I think it's like 2 more episodes anyway until the finale, which I was like, what? Really? I thought it would be at least 3 more. But maybe I'm bugging out. But yeah, they said 2 more episodes. This is episode 7, so that means 2 more episodes to the finale. That means there's 10 episodes of this part of the summer. Like, isn't it usually like 11 or 12? And then like episode 13 is the Halloween episode. Okay, so what happened? A lot of fluff happened. Oh, Sarah's friend actually exists. So, Sarah's friend is actually Sarah's friend, so that means that Sarah is Sarah, I think. And then, so that was kind of verified. Another thing that was verified in this episode was that, Charles stole the A game from... They made sure that they verified that the A game was stolen from Mona while she was in Radley. Except now Mona's all, oh, I was on drugs, so I really don't even know who I talked to. Like, she thinks she just doesn't know who it is. And, like, it was verified that Mona was the original A and that the A game was stolen. They kind of talk to Mona like it's no big deal. Like, oh, the person who stole the A game from you, da-da-da-da. The first, what was it, like at least 2 seasons, maybe 3, was all Mona, and this is how it's like happening right now. Like, oh, the person Charles stole the A game from you. Like, it's no big deal. Anyway, another thing that is weird thinking about this now. So Charles stole the A game from Mona. Why? Besides the fact that he's crazy. The girls, it still doesn't make, people are like, oh, I feel bad for Charles because of the video where they saw that Mrs. D took, what's his face, Jason and Allie to see Charles, like, and told them, oh, it was their second cousin. My question is, why did Mr. D write off Charles so badly, even though Mrs. D kept, like, seeing him, arranging things and stuff? So, why couldn't they just do this as a family unit if Charles is his son and stuff? Why is someone like literally yelling? Anyway, like, what? I don't get it. Like, so he really wrote off his son, yet Mrs. D is dead. Mr. D is still alive for now, but Mrs. D is dead, and she was the one who was really trying to like make the kids play with Charles and let Charles have somewhat of normalcy, even though he was in Radley, So it's weird to me, like, how that all happened. And then it's weird to me that the girls are, like, your subjects if all this, your anger is pretty much towards your parents, if anything. Allie, maybe, because, she's kind of the reason why you ended up in Radley, because you tried to kill her. But is it just because he's crazy and he can do that? Is that what we're going with? Like, that's the rationale? That's what's, that's his reasoning? Because it doesn't make sense. It's like, okay, so you stole the A game from Mona. You heard that she was, like, torturing these girls and Allison, and you steal the A game from her. What is the point? To me, it's like, he better have another underlying reason for all this, because then it just doesn't make any sense. You tried to prolong it. You might as well have kept A as Mona and kept it moving, It just would have been better like that, I feel like. at this point, because people are like, oh, I feel bad for Charles, but it's like, no, why is he torturing girls who have nothing to do with him, didn't know he existed? You know, he had them in his dollhouse and all that. They didn't even know who he was, and it's like, they didn't know he existed. Allie didn't even know he existed. Jason didn't know he existed either, because he was told that that was an imaginary friend, and it's like, why are you doing this? Like, I'm over it right now. I don't feel sorry for him. And, you know, Jason was so mad because he was actually going to get the opportunity to, like, talk to him and convince him to go to the police. And Allie ruined it. You know, Allie and Mona had their little moment in the car. Like, oh, I owe you. Mona's like... And it's like, so you really painted Allie so badly, and it was really you this whole time. You did all this crap. I mean, Allie wasn't good, though, initially. She wasn't. And Allie and Sarah have that in common. Like, people didn't like everything about them before they disappeared. So that's interesting. But then Allie calls, well, it didn't make sense. Allie calls the cops. She's like, oh, because none of the girls are answering. Kayla wasn't in this episode at all, which is weird. Then but the thing is, Arya had her phone, so why wouldn't she answer the phone knowing that Allie called from that number to Spencer and it was Allie's dad's phone? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. And I didn't like how that whole thing played out when... So Toby's like all drugged up. He makes Lorenzo go with him. And Charles is there. They so happen to reach right after Jason reaches, even though Jason left his house a while before. But whatever. Jason was there for like maybe 2 minutes. Like, Charlie, I'm here. I didn't bring anybody with me. Charlie, blah, blah, blah. And Charles takes forever to come out to him if he supposedly wanted to talk to him so badly. Like, let's get this show on the road. You know, he thought all the girls were at Spencer's house because they took out the trackers, which is crazy and nasty and ill. But they had to do what they had to do, and it was sabotaged as per usual. Like, I just was kind of like, wow, it was a good episode for it being an episode or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like more could have happened and it just been a better outcome, because you're pretty much back to square one because Charles does not trust Jason now. And he even wrote on a paper, like, I wanted to trust you, and A with a big A, wanted. Saw the video, and yeah, pretty much Mrs. D snuck her kids to go see their brother, and they didn't even know it. They thought it was like a second cousin or some crap. And all of a sudden, Allie's memories back. She's like, oh, I remember this. We went to go see a second cousin. Mom said it was a second cousin. But I remember before when Allie and Jason were trying to go around memories and stuff, Allie remembered things differently. So I feel like there are loopholes. I don't know. Let me know what you think. What else happened? Oh, and at the very end, somebody sent Charles mail saying your ally... something like that, from your ally and friend, something like that. And it was like, happy birthday. So I wonder who that is. Is that Ren? Is that Stimpy? I don't know. Remember that show, guys? Ren and Stimpy. So I think that was pretty much all to talk about. So we found out that Sarah is Sarah, even though I really wanted her to be Bethany so badly. I feel so close. This looks so weird, right? I'm gonna work on, like, not being so close to the camera, because this is weird. What else? Yeah, Sarah is Sarah. Charles stole the A game from Mona. There was something else I remembered yesterday, but now that I'm thinking about it, I don't remember it. Something else. If I think of it, I'll write it in the description. It was like, A didn't sabotage this one at all. It wasn't a hoax, nothing. The writers sabotaged this one. So it kind of, like, I was just like, really, like, come on, guys. Can't we have, like, one breakthrough? Or are we going to wait for the finale? Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens in next week's episode. It's going to be short, pretty much because I'm in a rush. But, I can't think of anything amazing besides the fact that, you know, it was Charles' birthday. Jason was really gonna meet up with Charles, and then it was sabotage, all because people can't let things rock. Like, he was not gonna hurt Jason, I don't think, because they were actually close. Like, even though he took a really long time to talk to Jason when he's been A for a while now, and even before that, he took a long time to talk to Jason. So maybe he wasn't gonna be nice to him. I don't know. So he threatened Dad, Allie, and then Dad took Allie somewhere, blah blah blah. And then I really want to know, like, what is the Dad's deal? Because it seems like Mrs. D cared about Charles still, but he pretty much wrote him off. Was like, oh, he committed suicide. Oh, okay. Like, you didn't even check in. You don't care. And then he's just been a clueless guy for a really long time, because clearly Mrs. D was giving Charles money and all of that, and he had no idea. So I find that really weird. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If I missed things, just comment down below. I'm pretty sure I missed things, but you know, you guys know. All I care about is knowing what the heck is Charles's deal. Tell me if you feel sorry for Charles. I don't. Not at this point. Sorry, like, and the thing about it is, the reason why he was in Raleigh, if Mr. D was telling the truth, was because he tried to kill his little sister. I mean, how sorry can you feel for him? Yes, he needed help. Did he really get it? I don't think so, because he's out here doing this A thing now. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching this video. Yes, comment down below, like the video, share the video, subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.